Hello everybody. So as some of you may know, I live in British Columbia in Canada, and at this time I've just woken up. We're camping in an area called Squamish, and this behind me is the ocean. So I thought today maybe we would do our chair yoga with this beautiful view. And we've had a few days of cloudy raininess, and then I woke up today and there's a little snippets of blue sky, which is quite nice. So anyway, I hope that you can hear me, and I hope that this beauty around me inspires your day. Thanks so much for being here. So we'll start by coming onto your chair and bring the soles of your feet onto the floor. And just as we do in all other sessions, with a little grounding, just make sure that you feel safe and supported by the earth. You might bring your hands onto your thighs, very much feeling the connection of the soles of the feet into the floor. Whether you're wearing shoes or not, just really explore spreading your feet, spreading your toes, and feeling that connectivity. Next, I invite you to bring awareness to your sit bones so that you really descend down into your chair, into your seat. And with that sense of release into the chair and the earth, we'll bring a sense of exploring length through to the top of the head, so that your crown might rise. And as you do so, this might bring a little extra space to be found for the shoulders to reach back and down into the body. Just find a moment or two to bring some relaxing into your jaw, into your tongue, into the skin around the face. And some big deep breaths. Breathing in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Feel your body move with that breath. As your body expands with the inhale and condenses or shrinks with the exhale. So thought we'd start this session today with some bellows breath. So the idea of bellows breath is that you're breathing in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils, or if you prefer, in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. And for those of you that are familiar with the word bellows, these are basically a tool to bring oxygen or air into a fire. So thinking about that as our lungs, we're going to breathe in and breathe out. And I'd like you to imagine the inhalation and the exhalation as being even. I would also like you to imagine the front and the sides of your waist, of your kind of belly area as becoming those bellows. So this breath is particularly good for cleansing energy, releasing any stagnation of energy, and bringing energy into the body. So beginning whenever you're ready, we might take 10 as a cycle, and then kind of expand upon that as we go. So bringing the feet onto the floor, thinking about your body expanding and releasing with evenness. I'm going to bring my hand onto my front of my diaphragm here just so that it's a little more clear, the movement in my body. And you can do the same if you like. Kind of lost track, but I think that's around 10 breaths. We're going to take a big breath in and let it go. Just noticing any sensation right here for yourself. And then maybe we'll do one more cycle. Feel free to extend beyond the 10 breaths this time, or stick with the 10. Deep breath in, deep breath out to release. And then on your next inhale, take your arms up. And as you exhale, take your arms down. Bringing the arms up either through the front of the body or through the sides. And down. Inhaling to bring the arms up and down. And just continue to allow movement to be guided through breath. Going at your own pace. This next time as you bring the arms up, you might take one arm forwards and let it cross onto the opposite thigh while taking the other arm behind you onto the chair, inviting a twist to look to the side or around the body. Inhale to take the arms up. Exhale, take the other arm down. Reach down into the sit bones and invite that twist. Inhaling, lifting the arms. One more time on both sides. Exhale. Inhale, travel the arms up. Exhale, take the arms out to the other side. Inhale to take the arms up and then bring them down. Some movement into the shoulders. Starting to check in with how that feels in your body. You might bring your hands up onto the sternum or the shoulders. Feel free to change the direction of your circles. And then taking the arms into cactus-like shape, we'll find a little movement through center and call this helicopter. Bringing the feet wider, coming to the front of your chair. Let's take some circles into your hips. Change direction if you choose. And coming into a breath with movement, hands coming into the heart center. Inhale, take your arms out to the side. Exhale, hands coming back to center. Inhale, lifting fingers towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, folding forwards. If it feels too much to bring the hands to the floor, then bring the hands either to the thighs or bring the forearms to the thighs as you lengthen through the spine. Feel that big stretch into the sacral region. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, take the hands back down to the heart. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, fold forwards. Draw the navel in to protect the lower spine. And exhale, bring the hands back down. Let's take a few more of these cycles of breath, moving with your breath so that you might be going slower or faster than myself. With these movements, we might just bring some awareness to our surroundings. As you inhale, you might lift up to the sun above, giving thanks. Exhaling, lowering and bowing to the earth beneath. Inhaling, taking the arms up and bringing that gratitude back into the heart. Inhaling, opening out to those around us, bringing that energy back into the heart, reaching to the sky, giving thanks. Exhaling, lowering down to the earth, giving thanks. Inhale, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more cycle. So hopefully we're feeling a little looser in the hips at this moment. I invite you to bring a little bit of a movement into the hips as you turn the knees into the midline of the body. And then bring the feet back underneath your knees. Draw one leg up and in towards the upper body. If it feels a little too much with the hands on the shins, you could also bring the hands behind the thigh. And then reaching the knee out to the side to open into the hip. And then when you're ready, reach out through the sole of the foot. Try to keep the length of the spine as your navel draws in towards the spine. Keep the shoulders soft. Feel that connection into the core as that supports your movement. Release the leg. Let's try second side, drawing the leg into the body. Opening out to the side. You might go a little further out to the side. My chair doesn't allow. And then reaching out through the sole of the foot. Might try that without the hands or with the hands supporting. And lowering. Great work. So from here, let's press down into the soles of the feet, make our way up to standing. I'm just going to shove my chair to the side so I have a little bit more space. And invite you to come into chair pose. So it might be that your chair is right back behind you so that you can actually bring your sit bones down onto the chair if you need to. So we'll start by thinking about the pelvis lengthening, tucking the tail, coming into your imaginary chair. Feel your pelvis or your tailbone lengthen. You might bring your hands to the thighs or hands into the heart. Alternatively, if you wish, reach the arms upwards towards the ceiling or the sky. Try to keep your knees over the feet or through the midline of the feet. We'll take just a little longer here to explore breath. And then bring the arms down. So I'd like to share with you actually some Qigong practices right now. Most of them don't use too much space, but allow the movements to exist within whatever space that you have. I'm imagining some of you might not have masses of space around you like this right now. So just allow your movements to become attuned to your surroundings. So we'll start with feet about hip width apart or wider. I'm bringing my feet a little wider. And let your knees really soften and feel your pelvis sinking towards the earth. So we'll just establish this easy pose. It's actually not an easy pose, so I avoid using that name easy pose, but this is referred to as easy pose. Feel free to take your legs wider if you need to. And then take your arms out, maybe to shoulder height, maybe a little lower. And I'd like you just to imagine that your fingertips are touching the surface of a body of water. And it's like you can really feel that surface to surface connection through the fingertips. Maybe you're starting to create some ripples or waves out into the water through your movement. And letting that twist be really fully explored to whatever degree you wish. Beautiful, and then I'll let you come back to your ready position when you're ready. And for this one, this is called parting the waves. I find for myself that this is especially a great practice when I'm feeling a little stuck. So you're going to take one foot slightly further forward, step the other leg back. And then you can see there's a shift between front and back. You might even bring the sole of the foot away from the floor, just gently. So establish that shift of weight for yourself. And then we'll start to bring the hands into the movement. So as you bring your hands forward, and then exhale, bring the hands out and behind you. And we'll continue with this movement. I'm just being alerted that I have low power on my device. Thank you, phone. Please continue to work efficiently. Exhaling. And breathe out as you push forwards, and inhale as you bring your arms back and around. Exhale as if you're pushing between the clouds, inhaling, parting those clouds, bringing your arms back and behind you and lifting the heart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Going at your own pace, breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in. This next time, as you bring your arms back and behind you, you might bring your hands onto the kidneys or just above the kidneys. And then turn and bring the weight to the second side. So I'm taking one leg behind, one leg in front. I'm sorry for my confusion at the beginning where I described the wrong breath. So just to clarify, we're breathing out as we push forwards and inhale as we draw that energy into the back body. Imagine reaching between the clouds and parting to reveal clearer skies. This might be an analogy for the mind, or for the energy within your workplace. Exhale. Inhale. And as I look around me, I'm actually seeing some blue between the clouds. Keep it going. Beautiful. Well done, everybody. Now, last but not least, I invite you to join me with a little bit of a balance. And we'll start by coming into tree pose. So bring your feet onto the floor. Feel free to use the back of your chair as a support or not, just depending on what you need in this moment. So I'm going to spread the soles of my feet onto the floor. Bring my hands to the hips, or maybe one hand to your chair or desk. Lengthen the sit bones. Feel your sit bones lengthen down, drawing the front of your legs or your thighs a little ways back. And as you press down into the soles of the feet, gently feel that rebound through to the top of the head, almost as if the back of your neck were rising to bring length. Now from here, you might shift the weight onto one leg, rotating from the hip, bringing the toes onto the floor if you wish, or another variation might be to bring your foot onto the inside of your lower leg, or for some people, you might bring your foot onto the inner thigh. Notice what happens if you start to sink into that supporting hip. So I'd like you to really think about wrapping the outer hip around so that we're not sinking into that supporting hip, lifting as well as being supported. Now you might stay here with the hands on the hips, or even consider bringing the palms together. Another variation is to extend the arms either out like the branches of your tree, or bring your palms together. Very important to create a place for your eyes to focus. So find that focal point either on the floor or on the wall in front of you. Let that become your focus for your eyes. Notice your breath. And then when you're ready, you'll bring the knee back into center. Hands might come to your hips and lower back down. Second side, bring your chair around to the other side if you are using that for support. Again, bringing awareness to the soles of the feet. Let that be your foundation. Think about the roots of your tree spreading from here, lifting the heel, rotating from the hip. Finding your accessible zone in your own body. It doesn't have to be that your leg comes up so high. It might be that your foot stays with the toes on the floor for extra support. This is absolutely and utterly fine and perfect. Everybody is built so differently. If you wish, take the arms overhead, either opening the arms or bringing the hands together, or you might be keeping your hands on the hips or at the heart. And this is a great way for bringing focus into your day. If, like me, quite often you find it hard to concentrate on one task, your mind is jumping from one thing to the next that might be on your to-do list, then taking maybe 2 minutes out of your day to come into a balance, you'll be amazed how much more focused you might feel. And in the long run, you'll be saving your time by taking that 2 minutes out. Releasing the arms. Wonderful. So thanks so much for joining. We're going to come back to the support of the chair for our final seated meditation. I'm going to come a little bit closer just so that my words are clearer. Make sure that the soles of the feet come onto the floor. I have mentioned in previous sessions that you might also consider, if you feel comfortable lying on the floor, taking your body, your back, onto the floor and bringing your lower legs onto the chair. I'm not going to demonstrate that right now, but hopefully you can visualize that through my description. So wherever you choose to rest, again, feel that connection into the floor, into your chair. The back might be resting on the back of your chair, which is so fine. And again, invite the face, the muscles around the eyes, the jaw, the tongue to release. And start to observe your breath. The in-breath, the out-breath. Seeing as we are surrounded by mountains and water right here, I thought I would share with you a visualization of a body of water. So bringing your awareness to the brow center between your eyebrows. I'd like you to imagine looking down into a body of water. It might be a small pool, it might be a lake, it might be something in between. And see that water as you look down deeper and deeper. Now taking either a diamond or some form of beautiful stone, I'm going to drop that stone into the body of water. And imagining maybe yourself as that stone as it drops down through the water. Start to see and feel the water getting clearer and clearer as the sediment descends to the bottom. And that feeling of clarity. As you look around and see pure, clear vision. You might let that spread to a sensation in the rest of the body. Through your upper body into your arms. Down your spine into your legs. A feeling of clear peace. And whenever you're ready, begin to deepen the breath. Feeling that sacred breath, that life force as we draw in pranic energy and let go of anything no longer of service. Might be some emotions that are no longer serving you, might be some thoughts, some stagnant energy. To bring a little movement back into the fingers. You might start to stroke the fingertips with your thumbs. Maybe bringing some movement back into your wrists or hands. Maybe into the shoulders. And then taking the hands into any gesture to close this bit of time together. I thank you all for making this commitment to yourself, to take a pause, to go inwards, to notice. Thank you for showing up and for spreading your light. Know that you are enough. Sending best wishes. Thank you so much for joining.